Welcome, everybody. My name is Claire.
And I'm John.
And today we are looking at Unit 20, Debt Worries.
I have a lot.
Well, I think this feels like a very universal type of subject. I'm sure everyone has engaged with some kind of debt at some point in their life, big or small, for different kinds of purposes. So hopefully we can all engage with this topic. It takes a very specific angle. This is looking at Korea in particular and some of the more unique aspects of debt. Why do people get into debt? I think there must be a wide variety of reasons. So what can you think of, John?
I would say I think the top reasons are trying to obtain items which you may need or not need that are too expensive for your budget. But of course, some of those big reasons are going to be houses. In America, cars, because you kind of need cars. And probably just education. That's a big one. Yeah, school. That's a big one that people get into debt over and stuff like that. But then you have the maybe more non-essentials, which are like business loans, right? Investment loans, which are the worst idea I've ever heard of ever in my life. No, not the worst idea, but top 10 maybe. Especially if you're investing in what we might talk about a little bit later, which is cryptocurrency. But yeah, I think the reason people get into debt is because they either need or want an item which is outside their budget.
Well, that was a very nice summary of the concept.
But like, you've been in Korea longer than me, so maybe you might have a better grasp of this question, which is why do Koreans get into debt so often?
I feel like when I read this article first, I feel like I've read a similar kind of article a few years back, pre-pandemic, and it was talking about sort of the race to the top in terms of appearance. I guess in colloquial terms, we might call it keeping up with the Joneses.
Oh, yes.
One has to look like your neighbors. One has to be as well-dressed as the neighbors, the good car like the neighbors, the right handbag to compete with the neighbors. So it's go to the right schools to compete with the neighbors. It's got a lot of, people are under a lot of social pressure to keep up in every way possible. And so people will willingly go into debt so that they can keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah,
or the Kims, I should say.
Keep up with the Kims.
Keeping up with the Kims.
Yeah, if there is that like stark difference between your appearance and the other person's appearance, it's really hard to rein in that desire to equal their level or even go beyond.
Yes.
That's something understandable. Yeah, and there's also a lot of reasons in this article as well that we'll come to see.
Yeah, they'll give a broader range.
But yeah, debt just gets you into so much deep water.
Yes.
It's so bad. It's a prison.
Yeah, it kind of terrifies me, to be honest. Even though I have done it in my life, I have gone into pretty massive debt. But I had to. It's for my education.
Okay, I was like, for the education?
Yes.
You're like, no, for my 10 house properties that I own around the world.
It's for my business empire. No, nothing for that fun.
Yeah.
Just basic education.
Yeah, just basically, learning what all of what you know now.
Yes.
Did you use your degree?
I have a degree in English literature and drama. So I don't really use the drama thing, although we are on camera right now. Not that I studied acting. I studied writing and directing.
I was going to say, you're not a very dramatic person, so it was the writing department. You just imagine the drama.
Yes. In my head, I can do drama. That's it. Let's take a look at the article and find out in more detail, why do Koreans get into so much debt?
Debt worries. Korea has one of the highest household debt levels in the world. Despite rising interest rates, debt levels have just barely decreased compared to those of other countries. People are taking out increasingly risky loans, and sometimes using those loans to buy investments. When those investments perform poorly, borrowers can be left in serious trouble. Part of the problem is the seemingly never-ending rise in real estate prices. Also, small business owners rely on debt to survive hard times. This all creates a lot of stress.